The top Democrat on the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee is calling for the White House to brief the panel on its efforts to implement recommendations from the President's Opioid commission.Rep. CummingsElijah Eugene CummingsHouse rejects effort to condemn lawmaker for demanding Dreamer arrests. Hispanic Dems seek vote to condemn GOP lawmaker for demanding arrests of Dreamers. Trump's vows to take on drug prices, opioids draw skepticism. More, DMD, wrote a letter to Oversight Chairman Trey Gowdy. Herald, Trey. Watson Gowdy contractor awarded $6 million to provide 30 million meals to Puerto Rico, only delivered 50,000, report the memo. Trump doubles down amid some GOP doubts. Lawmakers dispute vindication for Trump and Intel memo. More, RSC, on Friday urging him to request the briefing from presidential counselor Kellyanne Conway. Kellyanne Elizabeth Conway overnight health care, GOP chair blasts DEA over opioid enforcement, House passes bill to ease Obamacare calorie rule, patient groups oppose right to try drug bill. Conway freezing out experts, relying on political staff in drug policy office, report Conway. None of the soda guests being leaked is great sign of a very tight White House. Moore, who has helmed the White House's efforts to combat the opioid epidemic. I understand that President Trump, Donald John Trump Tillerson, Russia already looking to interfere in 2018 midterms. Dems pick up deep red legislative seat in Missouri. Spire on Trump's desire for military parade. We have a Napoleon in the making. Moore has designated Kellyanne Conway as his point person on this issue, so her input would help the committee with its ongoing efforts to evaluate the status of the Commission's recommendations. Cummings wrote. Advertisement. Cummings expressed frustration at a prior effort to request a briefing from the White House, alleging that Gowdy's staff declined to help make the request. Cummings also claimed that Gowdy requested a briefing from the Office of National Drug Control Policy, ONCP, but that the letter was sent without asking Cummings to join. Though committee staff from both parties met with ONCP earlier this week, Cummings wrote that it was vital to also secure a briefing with the administration to hear about its efforts to implement the Opioid Commission's nearly 60 recommendations on how to combat the epidemic plaguing the U.S. Those recommendations were issued on November 1. One problem with speaking only with ONCP is that President Trump and his top advisors have been trying to decimate ONCP since the first days of his administration. Cummings noted. A spokesperson for Gowdy did not immediately return a request for comment. The Office of Management and Budget, OMB, was examining proposing to nearly eliminate ONCP in the president's budget last year. The plan wasn't ultimately included, as it received backlash from lawmakers and advocates. This year, the president's budget released Monday proposes major changes to ONCP, moving two of its main grant programs out of the office and into other departments. Additional news reports have suggested a lack of senior leadership at ONCP, Cummings wrote. The White House appointed an acting director last week,